Today is called Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. So once Bhima, he approached Vyasadeva and he submitted a request to Vyasadeva that, my dear Lord Vyasadeva, it's very difficult for me to do upavas. There is constant fire in my stomach. Vaishvanara Agni. There is so much Agni in my stomach. So it is very difficult to do upavas, fasting. So can you please help me, suggest me? So what should I do? How do I deal with this? So Vyasadeva said, it's very easy. Once in 15 days, you have to do upavas. Once in 15 days. Yes, it is understandable that it's difficult to do upavas for a person like you on regular basis. But once in 15 days and only 2 days in a month. Actually, Bhimasena is a great devotee. He never have any difficulty to do fasting. So nobody should misunderstand that Bhima has difficulty to do upavas. He does not have any difficulty. He is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. So Vyasadeva in reply, he said, my dear Bhima, I know you are asking this for the people of Kali Yuga, those who are going to come in the next Yuga, because this conversation happened in Dwapar Yuga. He said, understanding the incapabilities of Kali Yuga people, you are asking this to benefit them. So they have to just do upavas on Ekadashi. They have to do upavas on Ekadashi. So because this conversation happened between Bhima and Vyasadeva, this Ekadashi became known as Pandava Ekadashi. And speciality of this Ekadashi is that it is recommended on this Ekadashi that one is recommended to avoid even drinking water. Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. So some people have a great misunderstanding in their mind. Their wrong story that they have got is, their interpretation is that Bhima does not want to do all Ekadashis. So he went and asked Vyasadeva, how can I stop doing Ekadashi? This is Dharma Aviruddha, Shastra Aviruddha. A devotee, a Vaishnava is very happy doing Ekadashi. He never ever have a desire, how can I not do Ekadashi? That too, a personality like Bhima, who is a great Vaishnava, Parama Vaishnava, he will never go and ask Vyasadeva that, can you give me some idea, how can I stop doing Ekadashi? So this is totally wrong understanding. He was only asking so that we can do Ekadashi. So Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi does not mean if you do this Ekadashi, you don't have to do remaining Ekadashi. The real understanding is that if you avoid taking even water on this particular Ekadashi, Vyasadeva says you will get the result of doing all 24 Ekadashis of a year. This does not mean that one need not do the remaining Ekadashi. It only means that you have to do Ekadashi every Paksha, that means every fortnight. But this Ekadashi, if you avoid taking water, you can get the result of doing all types of Ekadashi. So for this, first of all, we have to understand Ekadashi and the rules or the procedure how we have to follow Ekadashi. Otherwise, we'll have this misunderstanding that somehow we can avoid other Ekadashis and once in a year, somehow you do this Ekadashi, it is enough. No. So in the Mahabharata, it is mentioned, Ahimsa Satyavachanam Danam Indriya Nigraha. Etebhyo hi Maharaja tapo nan ashanat param. Ahimsa, satyavachanam, danam, indriya nigraha. So when you compare fasting and Ekadashi of compared to these activities of non-violence, ahimsa, always speaking truth, satyavachanam, danam, doing varieties of charity, danam, indriya nigraha, controlling all our senses. So when you compare Ekadashi Upavas to all these things, Mahabharata says Ekadashi Upavas is more than all these things. It is far, far above than all these things. In fact, by doing Ekadashi Vrata, Ekadashi Upavas, all these things become very easy. It is also said in a same place, Indriyaniha rakshanti swarga dharmabhikuptaye tasmadarte cha dharme cha tapo na ashanat na anashanat param. It is mentioned that when we do Ekadashi Upavas, we attain self-control. And when we attain self-control, we are able to follow all the principles of dharma. Without doing Ekadashi Vrata, it is not possible to follow the principles of dharma. It is also mentioned in Padma Purana, na Kashi, na Gaya, na Ganga, na Reva, na cha Gautami, na chapi Kauravam kshetram tulyam bhupa harer dinat. There are so many Tirtha kshetras are there on this planet. So many. Just to give some names like Kashi, Gaya, Ganga, Reva, Gautami, all this Kaurava kshetra, which is Kurukshetra. Simply doing one Ekadashi Vrata is equal to visiting all these Tirtha kshetras. In fact, it is more than all that. Just imagine how simple it is. If someone has to visit all these places, first of all, it is very expensive affair. You have to travel. Our body may not be in a condition to travel. Okay, I'm very young, I'm ready to travel. You're young, you may not have enough money to go to all these places. Where will you stay? What will you do? What if I'm very old, I'm not in a position to travel? So it is said simply you do Ekadashi Vrata. This is equal to going to all Tirtha kshetras. More than the result of visiting all Tirtha kshetras, simply one Ekadashi will give. See, when this is the meaning, this is the seriousness of Ekadashi, why will Bhima go and ask Vyasadeva that give me some idea how can I avoid Ekadashis? This is total materialistic understanding of Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. It is the greatness of Ekadashi is also mentioned. Ashwamedha Sahasrani Vajapeya Shatani Cha. In a Naradiya Purana it is mentioned. Ekadashupavasasya Kalam Narhati Shodashim. Simply by doing one Ekadashi, it is the result is more than 1000 Ashwamedha Yajna and 100 Vajapeya Yajna. So it is that powerful. So then you can imagine how powerful Ekadashi is, right? There are so many positive time or auspicious time, Shubha Kala, right? It's not that all 24 hours is very auspicious. There are some special times. Not only they're auspicious, whatever activity we do during that time can benefit us immensely. Like one example is Grahana. During eclipse time, what spiritual activities we do, what punya karma we do, they multiply like anything. That's a very special time. So, but it's not like, every time you so easily get those auspicious items. They're very rarely available. But it is mentioned that Uparaga Sahasrani Vyatipatani Yutani Cha. Amalaksham tu dvadashyam kalam narhati shodashim. In the Vayu Purana it is mentioned that Ekadashi is more auspicious than any auspicious time. You know, there are many auspicious time, and every auspicious time is comparatively is maybe lesser, higher, like that. But which is the highest auspicious time? That is Ekadashi. On Ekadashi day, this is the most auspicious day it is. No other auspicious day or time is even equal to 1 by 16th. It is called even 1 by 16th of Ekadashi. It is not equal. It is that Ekadashi. And it is also mentioned in Padma Purana, Ekadashi samuthena vahnina patakendhanam bhasmi bhavati rajendra api janma shatodbhavam. 100 janma. Janma shata. Shata means 100. Janma shata means 100 lifetime. Whatever papa karma we have done, you can imagine in one life how much papa karma we may do. But janma shata, 100 janma minimum. It is not saying that only 100. Minimum 100 lifespan. Whatever papa karma we have done, all that papa karma bhasmi bhavati. Bhasma, it becomes like ash, burned to ashes. That much capacity one Ekadashi Vrata has got. So why should somebody stop? Why should somebody avoid doing this? Isn't it? In Brahmanda Purana and Naradiya Purana, again it is mentioned, Nedrisham pavanam kinchinnaranam bhuvi vidyate yadrisham padmanabhasya dinam pataka hanidam. This Padmanabha Dinam, which is Lord Krishna's day, that is Harivasara Ekadashi, there is so powerful, nothing is equal to this when it comes to destroying our sinful reaction. It's no as powerful as this one. So, like this, there are so many such things. And it is also mentioned that we are all in this material world because of our sinful tendency. Papa buddhi. That is a disease. Like if somebody is in the hospital, what is the meaning of that? When somebody is admitted to a hospital, it means they have some disease. It's the very reason we are in the material world, it means we have got some disease. There is a hospital, some people may just visit and again come back, called OPD, outpatient division. They just go, they just meet doctor, take medicine and they come back. That means that disease is very simple. Maybe some small fever, maybe some cough, cold. So very easily curable. So they just meet and come back. But you meet somebody and they tell, oh, I am admitted to a hospital from last 6 months I am in the hospital. Immediately what is the idea comes to your mind? Oh, that means there must be something very serious. What if somebody tells, last 2 years I am in the hospital only? That means what serious it must be. Isn't it? What if somebody tells, from last 50 years I am in the hospital? 50 years. What kind of disease it must be? That you are not coming out of the hospital, you are in the hospital. So we are in this hospital for millions of years. Millions and millions of years we are in the hospital. Still the disease is not going. This is that powerful disease that Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is asking. He's saying that what kind of disease it is, that I don't want to do sinful activities, but I am forced to do sinful activities. So the disease is kama, lusty desire to enjoy the material world. And only medicine, one very powerful medicine, there is no other medicine equal to this. That is Ekadashi Upavasa Vrata. Ekadashi Upavasa Vrata. Ekadashim samam kinchit. Ekadashim samam. Is there anything that is equal to Ekadashi? No. Ekadashim samam kinchit papatranam na vidyate. Papatranam na vidyate. There is nothing equal to Ekadashi when it comes to removing our papa buddhi, sinful tendency. Vyajena pi krita rajan na darshayati bhaskarim. It is mentioned, anybody who is not doing Ekadashi, if somebody is not doing Ekadashi vrata, what does a vrata Ekadashi means? Simply fasting, not eating anything. If you happen to see such a person on Ekadashi who says, I am not doing Ekadashi today, immediately you should go out and you have to do Surya Darshana, Bhaskara Darshana, because it's a sinful. It is papa even to see such a person face. If somebody is eating an Ekadashi and if you see him, immediately papa. You got sin of seeing such people. So how do I come out of that? So we have to go out and we have to do Aditya Darshana, Bhaskara Darshana. For simple papa karma, the remedy is to go out and see Bhaskara Darshana or Surya Darshana. That was some simple karma, bad karma or papa, we can immediately get rid. Serious means you have to immediately go and take bath in Ganga river. So some sins are so serious that we have to give up our life only. So here it is mentioned that we have to go out and take the darshan of Surya Bhagavan. Because it is papa, even to see the people, face of people who are eating on Ekadashi. That's what Shastra is saying. Right? And then it is mentioned, it's so, Lord Shiva is saying to Mother Parvati in Padma Purana. What is he saying? Rantantihi Puranani Bhuyo Bhuyo Varanane. Bhuyo Bhuyo. Again and again. Bhuya means again and again. Puranani Ratanti. What is this Puranas are telling again and again? Lord Shiva is saying this. Lord Shiva is telling to his wife Parvati, my dear Parvati, all the Puranas are loudly telling. Ratanti means loudly telling, repeating. In Hindi they say Ratna means mug up. Repeat. So Lord Shiva is saying, Ratanti Puranani Bhuyo Bhuyo Varanane. What is that? Na bhoktavyam. Don't eat. Like this, Puranas are loudly telling again and again. Like this, Lord Shiva is telling to Mother Parvati, Bhoktavyam Samprapte Harivasare. On Ekadashi day, all the Puranas are loudly telling, don't eat. So even after this, if somebody is eating on Ekadashi, such a person's face should not be seen. And if you happen to see, you have to go and see Surya Darshana. So what happens if somebody eats on Ekadashi? What is the result of that? Bhungshva bhungshveti yo bruyadyo bhungte harivasare. If anybody eats on Ekadashi day, Tavu bhav narakam yato yavad bhuta samplavam. If somebody comes to you on Ekadashi day and tells you, why don't you eat? Forget about eating. Eating is though another level. At least somebody is coming and giving this advice. Why don't you eat? Why don't you eat something on Ekadashi day? It is mentioned in Skanda Purana that such a person who advises on Ekadashi day to eat, he will bhav narakam yato. He suffer in the hell. Just for telling to eat. Eating is different, but to telling to eat itself is so, suffering in the hell. See, this is the background. When this is the background, why will Bhima goes to Vasudeva and ask him, give me some idea so that I can avoid fasting on Ekadashis. So, how sinful it is? Sa brahmasa sa gogashna stena sa guru talpaga. If somebody eats, if somebody is eating on Ekadashi, what is the result? you get Brahma Hatya Papa, which is a very, very serious Brahma Hatya Papa. Go Hatya Papa comes, Brahma Hatya Papa comes, and you get the Papa, the sin of stealing, Stena, Guru Talpaga, the sin, the Papa of associating, having illicit sex with the Guru's wives. It is that unacceptable. Ekadashyam hi bhunjana. Bhunjana means eating. Eating on Ekadashi day, this is the result. Brahmahatya, Gohatya, Stena, Guru Talpaga. So this is very, very serious. So what is the reason? Why it is said we should not eat? Prithiviyam yani papani. Prithiviyam yani papani. Whatever varieties of papa exist, there are varieties of papa. Papa means sin, forgetfulness of God. What is the meaning of papa? Forgetfulness of God, going away from God, not loving God. This is all papa. So there are varieties of levels of forgetfulness of God. Somebody may say, I forget God once in a day. Somebody may say, I forget God once in an hour, or I forget God once in a minute, or I never remember God. There are levels, different levels of forgetting, which is papa, or going away, or disobeying the God. That is another meaning of papa. What is that? Disobeying the God. What level of disobedience I've got? And that desire to disobey the God, that idea to disobey the God. I will not care. I don't care what God says. I'll do whatever I want to do. So this kind of idea, that is called papa. Prithivyam yani papani. On this Prithvi, on this earth, on this planet, whatever varieties of papa, sin exist, like Brahmahatyadi Kanicha, starting from Brahmahatya and other varieties of papa, Annam Ashritya Tishtati. They all come and sit inside the food when Samprapte Harivasare. On Ekadashi day, all varieties of papa is coming and sitting inside the food. Annam Ashritya. So now when you're eating the food on Ekadashi, you're easily getting all the papa. Not only papa, the desire, buddhi, willingness to do papa karma. So intelligent people don't want to eat. It is like if I tell you, if I give you some food and tell you, see, fungus has come in this food. Fungus? Fungus has come. It is all rotten. So much fungus has come. No problem. I will eat this. So who will eat that? If you are health conscious, if you don't want to fall sick, and this food is infected, this food is spoiled, this food has got infection, fungus. No, I don't care. I like this taste. I will eat this. So how much degraded you must be. So here it is said, like fungus, infection. During the COVID time, they were saying that if there is any food which has come in contact with a patient, COVID infected person, don't touch, don't consume such food. Isn't it? So like that, this is the most infectious food. On Ekadashi, the food is infectious. What is the infection that we will get? The infection of committing sinful activities. What kind of, not some small sinful activities. The infection of even committing sinful activities up to Brahmahatya Papa. It is that serious. That is why the Shastras are telling, don't eat. In the Vishnu Tirtha it is mentioned, Mahadoshamayam. The food is full of doshamaya, full of infection. Mahadoshamayam Cha annam ekadashyam ekadashyam. On Ekadashi, the anna, the food is full of dosha. One should not eat this. So one should avoid eating. So who is supposed to follow this? What is the age category? Right? So who is supposed to follow? So in the scripture it is mentioned in the Skanda Purana, Ashtavarshadhiko yastu rishirtirnahi puryate. If you are minimum 8-year-old, so when are you supposed to start your Ekadashi Vrata? If you are 8-year-old means it is compulsory for you. Ashtavarsha. Oh, that means if less than 8 years, they are not supposed to do Ekadashi. This is not the meaning. The meaning is that even they also have to do. They also have to do. But because they have not yet developed that, maturity, what does it meaning is two things. One is that the person who has developed some level of awareness, intelligence, decision-making ability. Basically, decision-making ability. Not that, no, something very, very big decision I have to make. No, even basic decision-making ability, if you develop, it is expected by age of 8, somebody has developed that basic decision-making ability, you should make this first decision. What is the first decision? I should not eat on Ekadashi. Like when you're very small, like 6 months, 1 year old, they will be eating some stone, they eat some mud, because they don't have that decision-making ability, what to eat, what not to eat. Isn't it? So from such people, it is not expected that they should do Ekadashi, but in their home, if everyone is doing Ekadashi, then by default, they'll also do Ekadashi. But if somebody does not know, maybe in their home, no one knows. By the age of 8, this much intelligence you should have developed, that I should not eat doshamayam annam. For 8-year-old person, he knows something, this is the item I should eat, that is the item. 8-year-old boy is not eating mud, stone, such thing. Ashtavarshaadhiko yastu hyashirtirnahi puryate yo bhunkte manava papo vishnurhani chagate. So once is not supposed to eat anything if you are more than 8-year-old. So this is mentioned. And till when you are to do? Ajiva kartavyam. Ajiva kartavyam means whole life you have to do after that. Not that after some time I can stop. No. After that you have to do ajiva kartavyam. So for those who are very weak people, for various reasons, who are weak people? It is mentioned, weak people are those who are pregnant, those who are patients, those who are small kids, less than 8-year-old, are deceased, taking some treatment. Not disease means I have BP, so I'm taking some, so no. Disease, seriously deceased. Or for some reasons you are very weak. What can they eat? So it is mentioned what they can eat in the Padma Purana. Kharjuram narikelam cha priyala panasadikam. They can eat kharjuram, narikelam, coconut, and priyala. There is a fruit called priyala. Panasadikam, panasa, in Marathi they say panas, means that is jackfruit. So jackfruit can be eaten, coconut can be taken, kharjuram can be eaten, amram, that means mango can be taken, kadali, banana can be taken, draksha, grapes can be eaten, kshiram, milk can be taken, dadhi, curds can be taken, ghritam, ghee can be accepted. Now some of you are feeling very happy. But this is for whom? It's for very weak people, deceased, small kids, pregnant women, very old people. There is no other option. This also, how much they can eat? Okay, some more items are there. Anishiddhani mulani. Mula means roots. Root. There are some kind of roots come. What are they called? That we cook and eat that. sweet potato and all that. So anishiddhani, nishiddhani, anishiddha. There are some roots are banned. Not every root is allowed. Anishiddhani mulani tata kandadikam chayat. Kanda is not the Marathi kanda. That is anishiddha. Sorry, that is nishiddha kanda. That means that is banned. You cannot eat that. So vinodakena yat pakvam dhanyam yaccha gruthadika. So you can boil and eat them. Who can eat this? How much they can eat this? They can eat this 25% of their regular food. So if regularly you eat 1 spoon, how much you can eat on Ekadashi? These items? 25%. Only 25% you can eat. And that to who? Those who are weak people. So this is what it is mentioned. Yadyashakto ativelam syadu upavasa krutau naraha. Who are these weak people? Garbhini, those who are pregnant. Sutika, those who have just delivered the kids. Bala, small children. Tirtha yatra kritashamaha, those who have gone for Tirtha yatra and they have just come back and they are very tired. This is not applicable for present day people. Present day people are going by flight, going by car. They are not very tired. This is mentioned to those people, those who used to go by walk, hundreds and thousands of kilometers. So for such people, sa pada matram, sa pada means 25%. Such people, Padamatram kuruvita truptam yathartam phalabakshanam. In the Varaha Purana it is mentioned, Padamatra means 25%. These people are allowed to take. At any cost, one should never eat the grains. Annam. What is annam? What is the definition of annam? Right? You should know. Some people think grain is called annam. No, more than that. Sarvata na annam ashniyam. Sarvata, at any cost, under any circumstances, you should never accept annam. Grains and some more things. What is that? It is mentioned that in the Varaha Purana, if you eat anna on Ekadashi, there is no prayaschitta for that. Prayaschitta means it can be, some remedy can be given for the mistake that somebody has done. Say when we do some mistakes, sometimes some remedies are given. Like this, go out and have Surya Darshana. So for the mistake that you have done, that is a remedy. Or take Ganga Snana. But for eating anna, for eating food on Ekadashi, there is no prayaschitta. And how serious it is, Varaha Purana, it is mentioned, Tasya aparadham nasahe. Lord will not tolerate such aparad. Why? We have to understand why. Because it is said, all types of papa buddhi is there in the anna, and you are going and eating that anna. If you are serious of becoming a devotee, if you are serious of going out of this material world, if you are serious of going back to Krishna, then why are you eating anna and Ekadashi, which is giving so much of papa buddhi, all kinds of papa? Then how can we understand you are a devotee? You are saying, I am a devotee. No, I want Krishna. I want to become purified. I want to go back to Vaikunta. Then why are you eating? It is like somebody is admitted to a hospital. They're saying, please, no, I want to get rid of my disease. If you want to get rid of your disease, then why are you eating something that increases your disease? So, na sahe aparadham. Krishna will not tolerate such aparad. Lakshmyadi prartitopi san. Even if Lakshmi Devi is requesting, my dear Krishna, Narayana, I am so dear to you, I am requesting you, please forgive that person. He has eaten on Ekadashi. Narayana will not forgive such person even if Lakshmi Devi offers prayers. That is what Varaha Purana says. It is that serious. One should not eat. If this is the seriousness that Lakshmi Devi will pray and Narayana says, I will not forgive, why will Bhima ask that, can you please give me some idea that I don't have to do Ekadashi Vrata, another Ekadashi? This is very, very wrong. Those who do not have proper Shastric understanding have spread this kind of fake news that you do this Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, you don't have to do remaining Ekadashi, because at Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi you'll get the result of doing all Ekadashi. It's a fact that you get the result of all Ekadashi, but this did not mean that you don't have to do remaining Ekadashi. So, okay, now what is the definition of Anna? It is said, Tandula Agnis Ambu Samyogat. This is the definition of Anna. Tandula means rice or any grain. Tandula Agni Ambu Samyogat. Anything that is cooked on fire with water. First criteria of defining what is Anna. Any grain which is cooked with water on fire. Tandula Agni means fire, Ambu means water, Samyogat, Pishtam means this chapati, that, what is that, grain, wheat, all such item come under Pishtam. Lavana Yogataha, anything that is cooked with salt, with these grains, that comes under the category of Anna. Some people say, Anna means only rice I will not eat, chapati I will eat. No, here it is mentioned, Pishtam Tandula. Tandula Agni Ambu Samyogat Pishtam Lavana Samyogate. Phalam Tritaya Samyogat Annam Bhavati Takshanat. In the Varaha Purana it is mentioned, Annam Bhavati Tatkshanat. Immediately it comes under the category of Anna. So we have to be very careful that we have to avoid all these things. So on Ekadashi day, Masham cha lavanam mamsam yo ashniyat tila matrataha. Tila means what? Sesame seed. Til. Til. Sesame. In English it is called sesame. Tilam matrena lavanam. Even if you take salt, which is the size of the til seed. Ekadashyam tatas sarvam vratam nishpalam vrajet. Your Ekadashi vrata become nishpala. If you eat even that much salt, it is that much is banned. And also Varaha Purana is giving warning. If you are a strong person, healthy person, and you are behaving like one weak person and eating, taking advantage of this. Yadi shaktopi, yadi shaktopi, shaktaha means capable. Yadi shaktopi, if you are capable, if you are powerful, if you are strong, yadi shaktopi grihniyadetya Ekadashi dine. On Ekadashi dina, on Ekadashi day, you are capable. Yatha truptisthata means you are eating till your satisfaction. Aur dalo, acha hai. It's very nice. Give me one more Ekadashi dosa. Give me some more items. Trupti, till your stomach satisfying. Hanirvratasya hi bhaved dhruvam. Without any doubt, you are destroying your Ekadashi vrata. If you eat your stomach full on Ekadashi, and that is like those items, Karjura, Amram, all that, whatever we discussed, that also, full stomach you are eating. And you are also a Shakta. You are a capable person. First of all, Ashaktas, incapable people, weak people, they are only recommended to eat only Padamatrena, only 25%. And you are a capable person and you are eating your stomach full. Yohi shaktopi kurvita vratahanim naradhama. Such a person is naradhama, is the most abominable person who is eating stomach full on Ekadashi. And Lord Varaha is telling to Bhudevi in Varaha Purana, Mamadrohi bhavetasya. He is my drohi, he is a betrayer. He is Mamadrohi. Why Krishna is calling as Mamadrohi? Like, you come to doctor and saying, doctor, please treat me. And the moment doctor goes the outside, you start eating ice cream, which is very, serious for your disease. So like that, Krishna is telling, you are saying you want to be my devotee. And to be my devotee, you should stop all the sinful activities. So it is droha, eating more like this, on Ekadashi. Mamadroho bhavettasya narakam pratipadyate. Such a drohi has to go to naraka. So this is what it is mentioned. So what if somebody eats stomach full? So is there any prayaschitta for such a person? Is there any remedy? If you unknowingly ate, you did not know all these things. So all these days I did not know. I thought, okay, if it is non-grain, I can eat stomach full. Then for such a person, prayaschitta is there. Not those who know. They know that I should not eat. Still they are eating. Such person, there is no prayaschitta. Phalaharam tu yaha kurya achaktopi hi harer dine. Person who did not know and he ate stomach full. What is the prayaschitta? Varaha Purana says, Namaskara yutam tasya prayaschittam prakirtitam. It is mentioned that 10,000 times you have to pay obeisances. That is a prayaschitta. 10,000 times when you do Namaskara to Lord Krishna, that is a prayaschitta for eating stomach full on Ekadashi, unknowingly. So then Varaha Purana says, Jnatvam annam ashniyad. Jnatva, knowingly the one who was eaten on Ekadashi, Masham cha lavanam phalam, Paschatapo bhavedyasya dvigunam tat kirtitam. So the person who knowingly eats full stomach on Ekadashi, which is non-grain only, that person has to pay 20,000 times obeisances. Dvigunam. He has to do double. So that is what is mentioned. So now this is very, very important. Especially those who think Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, if I do remaining Ekadashi, I don't have to do. So in the Varaha Purana it is mentioned, Ekadapi cha yo hanyad vratametan naradhama sakalpamatram narake raurave patati dhruvam. Even one Ekadashi if you miss, even one Ekadashi, there are 24 Ekadashi in 1 year. Even if one Ekadashi, if you miss, kalpamatram narake raurave patati dhruvam. Patati, you will directly go to Raurava Naraka for one kalpa. Lord Brahma has 100 years. That is like millions and millions and millions of years of Raurava Naraka. So not even one Ekadashi we are supposed to miss. In the Sanat Kumara Samhita it is mentioned, Nakaroti hiyo mudha ekadashyam uposhanam. Only foolish people can think that on Ekadashi we can eat. So absolutely we should not have any misunderstanding that by doing Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, I can miss remaining Ekadashi. There is no such thing. First and foremost is thinking that Bhima is asking that give me some concession so that I don't have to do remaining Ekadashi. Is extremely materialistic, because Bhima is a greatest Vaishnava. A greatest Vaishnava will never miss Ekadashi. He will never even ask, is there any way I can miss Ekadashi? So he will never ask such a thing, and we should never misunderstand that. So somehow out of ajnana, out of ignorance, out of mistake, if you miss one Ekadashi, it is, first of all, it is said you are not supposed to miss Ekadashi. This is somehow I missed it. Maybe for some various reason I missed it. So what is a prayaschitta? Ajnanadva pramadadva yo ashnatya annam harer dinam. Out of ajnana, out of ignorance, out of mistake. Mistake means you thought, oh, I thought tomorrow is Ekadashi, but actually today is Ekadashi. So out of this kind of mistake, somebody eats food on Ekadashi. Such a person, namaskaram laksham. 1,00,000 times he has to do namaskara. That is a prayaschitta. If you have missed Ekadashi, what is a prayaschitta? 1,00,000 time. Namaskaram laksham tat prayaschittam prakirtitam. This is a prayaschitta for those who have missed Ekadashi out of ignorance or out of mistake. Knowingly missing Ekadashi, there is no prayaschitta. Even Lakshmi Devi, Radharani offering prayers on your behalf to forgive, there is no prayaschitta. There are some people in Vrindavan, they promote this kind of some wrong philosophy, some nonsense they teach. They teach that you are a devotee of Radharani, so you don't have to do Ekadashi. Ekadashi is for devotees of Krishna. If you are a devotee of Radharani, you are so great because Radharani is so dear to Krishna. She controls Krishna. So you don't have to do this Ekadashi Vrata. This is very popular among some people in Vrindavan. This is total against scripture. Nowhere in Shastra, not even in one place, you can find such evidence where it is mentioned that you can miss doing Ekadashi. Here it is mentioned. Even Mahalakshmi Devi praying Narayana, please forgive that person, he has not done Ekadashi. Narayana says, I will not forgive that person. First of all, Mahalakshmi Devi will never pray like that. It is Ashastra Sammata. So, we should be very careful. These are all some modern nonsense in the name of being, I'm a sadhu, I'm a famous sadhu, I'm popular sadhu in Vrindavan. So many people come to see me, so many views are there for my video on YouTube. This does not make you more than Shastra. Whoever you may be, maybe thousands of people are standing on the road to have your darshan, or maybe there are millions of views for your video on YouTube. That does not make you more authority than scripture. Scripture says, on Ekadashi at any cost you should not eat. That is what it is mentioned. So somebody may say, no, what about some Sutaka is there? Sutaka means when someone dies at home, when somebody takes birth at home, and women are in the menstrual cycle, at that time there are many rules that you cannot do certain puja, sanskar and all. But Ekadashi is an exception. Even there is a death at home, you have to still do Ekadashi. It is that serious. Even if somebody is born, because why it is Sutaka, you see, we should know very seriously. Sutaka means impure time. It is mentioned when a woman gives birth, for some number of days she is not allowed to take bath. She cannot take bath. So without taking bath, you cannot do any puja. That is a rule. That is why it is called Sutaka. When somebody dies at home, there is some restriction for taking bath. So it is called Sutaka. So without taking bath, we cannot do any puja related activities, but Ekadashi is not like that. You have to still do Ekadashi. You cannot miss. Sutake mritake vapi ekadashyam na bhojanam. So whatever Sutaka it is, one has to still do Ekadashi. In Varaha Purana, Pulastya Samhita, Rishyashrunga, Sanatkumara Samhita, Satyavrata Muni, Vishnu Rahasya, Skanda Purana, everywhere it is mentioned that whatever time it is, we have to do Ekadashi. What about friends and relatives? Sometimes you have some friends and relatives. Such people are not doing Ekadashi. What should we do with such people? So in the scripture it is mentioned, Narada Purana, Pita, he may be your father, but is not doing Ekadashi. Va yadi va putro, he may be your dearest child. Bharya, maybe wife, so dear wife, husband, but they are not doing Ekadashi. Pita va yadi va putro bharya vapi suhrid janaha. No, they are very well-wishers, they always think good about me, they are very nice people. But only thing is they are not doing Ekadashi. Padmanabha Dina means Ekadashi. Bhungte, they sit and eat on Ekadashi. They are nice people, good people, they are relatives, they are our well-wishers, but they eat on Ekadashi. Nigrahyo dasyud bhaved. Like thief, how we punish, you have to punish such people, no matter how dear they are to you. No matter what is your relationship with such people. Dasyuhu nigrahya. Just like how the thieves are punished, how the thieves are reprimanded, like that they should be reprimanded, no matter how they are. Okay, now I'll take one stick and I start beating them. No, here again in the Sanat Kumara Samhita it is mentioned. How do we do that? Here it is mentioned, Uttame vachasa shiksha. If they are older to you, let's say your father, your mother, or whoever it is, they are uttame. Uttame means they're superior. Superior to you by age, superior to you by qualification, whatever. Maybe in your office they're superior because of their position. Uttame vachasa shiksha. You have to shiksha, you have to punish them through your words. How do you punish them? Because it is mentioned on Ekadashi day, if they eat, they are punishable. So how to punish if somebody is superior to me? So by vachasa, you have to, with your words, you have to reprimand them. This is the rule. Madhyame arthapaharanam. They are like equal to you. For such people, you have to put some punishment. You have to tell, you have to pay some fine. You have to tell, you have done, you have eaten an Ekadashi, do one thing, you do Annadan today for 100 people. Arthapaharanam. Do some Pushpa Alankara Seva. Do some 100 Go Seva. So in this way, we have to give punishment to those who are equal to us. But you have to still give punishment. Adhame dehadandascha. They're younger to you, either by age or in qualification or in position. You are in a position, let's say you are a president and there are some people under you, so by position they are below you. Dehadandascha. You have to actually physically punish them. So this is the way you have to punish people who eat on Ekadashi. This is how it is mentioned in the scripture. So this is a very, very serious thing, right? Nobody is allowed to say that I can escape. It is mentioned that because Gandhari, Gandhari, mother of all the Kauravas, because she ate some food unknowingly, not knowingly, she is also a very great devotee, unknowingly she ate on Ekadashi. As a result of that, what is the result? She lost all her 100 children. And all those 100 children who were born, they were born with so much Papa Buddhi. Just see, this example is given. Why these Kauravas had such Dushta Buddhi? Because the mother, Gandhari, she ate food on Ekadashi. And already it is said, Papam annam ashritya tishtati. You see, on Ekadashi day, such Papa is sitting on Anna, and that Anna was eaten by Gandhari. And as a result of that, all her 100 children were born with such serious Dushta Buddhi. As a result of that, they all died in Kurukshetra war. She lost all her children. So if any mother, father, they are serious that we want some, good santan, good children, they have to do Ekadashi Vrata. If you eat an Ekadashi, the result is the children will be born with Dushta Buddhi. These are all some examples given, right? So we have to be very, very careful, and this is all the background. With this background, it is so clearly mentioned what is the power of Ekadashi, how serious it is Ekadashi. Nobody should have this misunderstanding that Bhimasena went to Vyasadeva and requested Vyasadeva to give some materialistic solution called Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, Jeshta Masa. This is called Jeshta Masa, right? And Shukla Paksha, when sun is entering into Mithuna Rashi, that is where this Ekadashi is coming. And if you do Ekadashi, especially this, what is that? Nirjala Ekadashi, not taking water, we will get so much result that I don't have to do remaining Ekadashi. This is a total wrong, mistaken idea. Everyone is seriously recommended to do Ekadashi on all 24 Ekadashi. But the speciality and greatness of this Ekadashi is, this one Ekadashi can give the result of 24 Ekadashi. This again is not the meaning that remaining Ekadashi need not be done. That is not the meaning of that. You understand? That is the understanding. So let's be very careful. Today is this Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. Out of so much compassion for Kali Yuga people, Bhimasena asked Vyasadeva to glorify this Ekadashi. Actually, different Ekadashis are glorified different devotees. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj is inquiring from Krishna about certain Ekadashis. Arjuna is inquiring about certain Ekadashi. Bhimasena is inquiring. Because they keep on talking about Ekadashi, they are Maha Vaishnavas, so that their followers, the devotees, they will see they are only following, we should also follow. In fact, it is on Ekadashi, all the Devatas did Samudra Manthana. Why they were doing Samudra Manthana? They wanted Amrita. To get Amrita, the day they selected was Ekadashi. And they got Amrita on Dvadashi. So like this, Ekadashi is such a auspicious that even Devatas don't miss Ekadashi. So we should be very careful. We should not have this Papa Buddhi as if we are going to die if I don't eat on Ekadashi day. It's not. Okay, if you are Ashakta, if you are so Ashakta, take 25% of what you eat on other days. And that too, the food which are mentioned like fruits, some roots, milk, curd, ghee, that's all, not more than that. And on Ekadashi day, what are the things we have to do? We have to do spiritual, devotional activities. Especially on Ekadashi day, Shastra Adhyayana and Harinama Sankirtana are mentioned. What are we supposed to do? Shastra Adhyayana. We have to read Shastra on Ekadashi. And we have to increase our japa. We have to increase our Harinam chanting on Ekadashi. So much so that, how much we have to do? Shastras are so serious about it that you should not waste even 1 minute on Ekadashi, because it is Maha Parvakala. It is such a serious auspicious time, because every auspicious time will multiply lakhs and millions of times what you do. So it is mentioned on Ekadashi day, you should not even waste time brushing your teeth. It is mentioned, just do Danta Dhavana, just put some water, goggle and throw it and just go and do Harinam Sankirtan and go and read Shastra. Don't waste time on Ekadashi brushing your teeth. It is not saying that don't brush your teeth. It is mentioning the seriousness of Harinam Sankirtan and Shastra Adhyayana. Just quickly finish, because don't waste this time. What all we should not do? What are the Nishiddha Acharas? What we should not do are, we should not sleep on Ekadashi day. Should not sleep on Ekadashi. It's very serious. Sleeping on Ekadashi is very, very abominable. Shakam tailam divaswapam punarbhojana maithune Vushnoda katya ambupanam dashamyam vaishnavas yajet. It is mentioned in the Padma Purana that diva swapam, during the daytime, Ekadashi day, sleeping is not recommended. Tailam, wasting time applying hair on the body, on hair, combing the hair. See how serious it is mentioned. On Ekadashi day, nobody should even comb their hair. People spend a lot of time combing their hair. Even that time you should save and do what? Chanting, reading. That much time also you should not waste, right? And taking hot water bath on Ekadashi day means anything that is pleasurable to the body should be avoided. And if possible, on Ekadashi day, one should try to sleep on the floor. Take more austerity. Try to avoid sleeping on, very pleasurable places like that. So this is how one has to do. Avoid all other things, and if possible, even it is mentioned that the whole night somebody should be awake and read Shastra and hear about the Supreme Lord more and more. See, why we are discussing all these things? To understand that what serious disease one has got in the material world. Being in the material world is extremely serious. If you want to go out of this material world, Ekadashi is the compulsory. It's not choice. It is not option. All other vratas are optional. If you don't do, nothing bad happens to you. Nothing wrong happens to you. What if I don't do some other vratas? Nothing. But Ekadashi is compulsory. For whom? For everybody. For brahmachari, for grihastha, for vanaprastha, for sannyasi, all of them have to do. There are some vratas only brahmacharis can do. Grihasthas cannot do. There are some vratas only grihasthas can do, brahmacharis cannot do. There are some vratas only sannyasis can do. Grihasthas and brahmacharis cannot do. But Ekadashi is a vrata that all four people can do. And there are some vratas only brahmanas can do. There are some vratas only kshatriyas can do. There are some vratas shudras can do. But Ekadashi is a vrata, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, everyone can do, everyone must do. There is no concession. There is no option. You have to do this. So this is the seriousness. So once again, reiterating, in the name of Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, you should not develop this idea that I can avoid remaining Ekadashi. Or also there is popular myth and belief. If you have missed some Ekadashis, there are 24 Ekadashis. Somehow I missed it, knowingly, unknowingly or whatever. Somehow you do this Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, it will become equal to that. No, nothing becomes equal. It is already we discussed, Ajnana Pramada. Out of ignorance and out of mistake, you happen to miss Ekadashi, Laksha Namaskaram. 1,00,000 times Namaskara you have to do. That is the only remedy. There is no other remedy. So this is the seriousness. So let's very seriously follow. Today is this Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. And how do we do Ekadashi? We go in front of Krishna and take Sankalpa. No vrata is complete or successful if there is no Sankalpa. Sankalpa means intention has to be clear. What is that? Intention. Sankalpa means what is the purpose and intention of this vrata. So one has to go in front of Krishna, pray to Krishna for your happiness, for your satisfaction. You are happy and you are satisfied if we do Ekadashi Vrata. So only for your satisfaction, only for your happiness, I want to do this Ekadashi Vrata. You are there in me as Paramatma. So as a Paramatma, give me intelligence, give me Shakti, give me that capacity to complete this Vrata. So like this, we have to take Sankalpa. That I am not going to eat. If somebody is taking Sankalpa, I am not going to drink water. I am not going to sleep. I'll read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. I will increase my hearing. I will chant more for your satisfaction. Especially for your satisfaction, I will not eat. Only for Krishna's satisfaction. Not for getting any other materialistic result. That will simply spoil this Ekadashi Vrata. Even though Ekadashi Vrata is very powerful to give any material result, but that is not the Sankalpa of Vaishnavas. So, we do Sankalpa. After doing Sankalpa, we do Ekadashi Vrata, and next day morning at Dvadashi, we again come in front of Krishna. We say, Krishna, for your happiness, I have completed. So, all the result that I have accumulated by doing this, I want to offer it back to your satisfaction. I am only interested in satisfying you. If anything else, that is Krishnarpanamastu. This is Phala. So, this is how we start Ekadashi. and we end the Ekadashi. So we'll all follow that and become, recipient of Lord Krishna's mercy by following this Ekadashi. So we'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.